Well, it's Two Sheds Gabby once again. I'm going to do another nickel search today. Oh, I've been out running all day, me and my wife. Lots and lots of stops, about 5 banks, I guess. I didn't get as many pennies today because several people didn't have them. I got one box, and I got some more ordered, so that was good. This box of nickels, the girls dropped it and laughed. I was so glad they didn't go everywhere, but it busted the box. But what do I care? I got a couple boxes of halves. If I pop them open, and they're both all 2024s. I would love to do a $50 video again someday, but it just doesn't seem like the thing to do if you don't get anything. If you don't even have a search, am I going to make a video, pop it open, and say, hey, it's 2024. Thanks for watching. See you later. I guess not. Anyway, maybe someday. Do you guys like peanuts? I love these things. Man, we'll talk more about that. I'm going to get started. Well, this is the 4th roll, and I have not found anything yet, but I just realized it is later than I thought it was. We got home from going to all these banks. That is not coming in clear. I'm going to turn off and start over. That's much better. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, we ran around all day, all morning long, going to banks and Home Depot and just grocery store, just all kind of different things. And we knew later today we were going to my niece's for a Bible study and for dinner. She fixes us food while we're there, which is pretty cool. And my wife had been chatting with our daughter on the phone, and so I was just killing some time. I thought, hey, I'll start a search, you know. And this box of nickels that they dropped and busted open, it's like, I'm just going to see if we get anything today. And so I'm going to go through this row, and then we've got to go. It's later than I realized. So I've got to take off and stop at UPS store to drop off a package on the way. And I'll probably get back to this a little bit tonight. Not sure if I'll finish or not, but we'll see. One of the ladies that orders stuff for me every week, she's super, super kind to me. And I asked, months ago, I asked another girl what she likes, and she likes those little candy bars. Oh, here's a picture of them right here. And so I picked her up another bag today, took them to her. She's pretty excited. She don't know it, but I actually picked up 2 or 3 bags because I found them on sale. And so over a period of time, I'll just take her some more. Ever so often, just drop her off a bag. This nickel is sticking. It's got something on it. Okay. Well, nothing in that roll either. I'll be back later. Well, I am in the 7th row, folks. I've gone through a couple of rolls since I've been back. It's about 8 p.m., a little after. I left at about 3. So I was gone for 5 hours. Went to my niece's to have a Bible study, and then she fixes us a bite to eat while we're there. But here's my first coin so far. It's a 24p. It's a bit slim pickings so far. There's a 1948. My first oldie, 48 Philadelphia. Well, there's a 57. My 7th row, I hadn't found a thing, and I found 3 in this one. Another Philadelphia, 57 Philly. I told you guys earlier that I just love eating these peanuts that are in the shell. Man, I just tear them up. But I love to eat them while I'm watching like a movie or something. And I'll be at the couch, and I'll get a towel and spread it over my chest or something. And I got the bag here, and I got a bowl for the shells. But man, when I get up off of that couch, it is horrible around me. I'm telling you, I try not to be such a pig. But somehow or another, it's just everywhere. my wife just hates. I've got a little vacuum cleaner in my desk drawer because I just have to clean up my little messes from time to time. So sometimes I'll run and grab it and come back into the the den back there and then vacuum up the floor where I've made such a mess. Folks, when I get a salad, I I am I don't understand it. I'll put the salad in front of me, but I don't like, if I have cucumber slices, I like to cut them up into smaller pieces. If you got like a great big green pepper or onion slices, I like to cut them up, or else just cut the whole salad up, because they got quarter chunks of lettuce in there or something. And my wife, I'll see her do that a little bit, but I do it way more than she does. But when she moves her bowl, the table is clean. When I move my bowl, there's a ring of food around. And I hate that. I like, and man, I'll take rags and towels and clean it up because I don't like that mess in front of me. But I make it every time, and I hate that about myself. I turned off the camera and looked over at this row, and the very, very first coin was my second 24p. That's number 2. So let's just go on through this row and see what we get. I love it when you guys write to me, and a person wrote to me earlier today and said, I really like your channel and I like your videos. He said, but I really don't like your politics. Could you quit doing that? And I thought about that, and it's like, I can't. I can't quit. It's just who I am. I told him, I said, when I was a kid, my dad or my family, whoever, had a huge, huge wooden sign out in front of our house on the telephone pole at the road that said, get us out of the United Nations. And so I grew up, we'd be playing pitch baseball or something, and I just had people honking all the time because they liked our sign, and they'd go by and honk at us. And we went to John Birch meetings, and because we've always cared about the freedoms that we have. And we've tried to vote for people that we thought would help maintain our freedoms. And we've had happy times and disappointments. Honestly, I am just, I guess you say, politically motivated because I care about the freedom of our nation and I talk about it. And I told the person, I appreciate you watching my shows. I appreciate you liking it. I just can't tell you that I'm going to. I try not to make it everything I do. I try not to make my videos only that. But I'm going to talk about it from time to time. Well, the very next row, here's another 2024p. I went 7 rows and didn't get a single thing. And now I've had 3 rows in a row that I've gotten a 24p. And I've said this a couple of times, but it's kind of funny that the first, when I started getting the 24s, I was getting the D. And for like 6 or 7 or 8 boxes, and almost in a row, I think, I got one 2024D. Never got 2, but each time. But now that I've started getting the 24Ps, I haven't seen a D since. Right here at the end of the 15th row, there was 2 Canadians just back to back together. Don't see that very often. See, that one's a 1984 and a 1982. Well, how about that? There's my token Canadian coins for the box. Here's the next, excuse me. Here's the next row. It's another 2024P. That's my 4th one of those now tonight. Several months back, I bought $2,000 worth of $2 bills. I ordered them. And when I went to pick them up, they were all, every single one of them was brand new in consecutive order. I'm like, I was really hoping to go through some old ones and see if I could find something. But I did go through them, and there was 4 or 5, I can't remember exactly. I think it was 5 that was what they call binary. It was just 2 serial numbers. Each 100 had a slightly different variation, but it It was like 4 7s and 4 3s, something like that. And one of them had 5 7s and 3 3s. And I know that people collect those things. So the best one of the bunch, I forget exactly what it was, I sold for like $45 or $50. And then the rest of them I sold for $20 each. And I just sold the last one today. It took a little while, but I just sold the last one today. So it turned out to make a nice little chunk of money after all, even though I was disappointed at first because they were all brand new. The end of the next row, and here's 2024P number 5. Oh, that's pretty neat. Well, here's another beaver nickel. 87 Canadian. It's my third Canadian. I was at the bank, I guess it was this morning, and one of the tellers, the bank that I go to, they're all so nice there. She said she just gave her daughter a Canadian nickel, and she loves it because it's got a beaver on it, she said. They ordered some more coins for me today. Wonderful folks there. Man, I tell you, I walk in and they call me by name. And here's the 21st roll in the first half, and here's the 1940. In this one, you want the D or S. So the D is like 40 million, and the S is like 39 million, and the P is over 100. It's the P. Now that's my third old coin, almost halfway through the box. Whenever we go out to my niece's, when we go home, it's after dark, and she's like, watch out for the deer. She says they're terrible. And we did have one jump in front of us tonight. Not right in front of us, but, up ahead just a bit. But when I see a deer cross, my first thought is, how many are with you? It could be a half dozen of them. But that was the only one I saw. It looked like a pretty young one, too. And she said to watch out. She said she almost hit a turkey a couple nights ago, wild turkey. So she's out in the boonies. Now I'm in the 24th row in this box of nickels of mine. And we come to another 1940. And again, it's the D or S that are the lowest mintage in this year. Oh, I believe we got one there. I think it's a D. Yeah, it's a D. Kind of rough, ain't it? What's going on there? I don't know. Not the best condition, but we did get one a little bit lower mintage. It was like 40, 41 million, something like that. Oh, and there's a 2024P right there behind it practically. And that is number 6. Neato. Oh, there's a messy thing. Yep. Somebody wrote to me yesterday or the day before and said, I suggest you use gloves. I am not a big glove fan. Sometimes you just have to if you're, messing with a lot of snow and ice and stuff, whatever. But I'm just not a big, overall, I'm not a big glove fan. And I said, if I was dealing in really rare and expensive, super expensive coins, MS 66, 67 coins or something, I would understand the coins. But for what I'm going through, I just, and I don't even mind the germs, if they're gross, I wash my hands. Welcome to part 2 of this video, otherwise known as the second half of the box. This is the second row in the second half. Here is a 1949. All of them are pretty low mintage. The Philadelphia is 60 million. The Denver is like 36 million, something like that. And the San Francisco is only 9 million. Boy, that'd be nice. It's Philadelphia, so it's about 60 million of that one. I sell stuff on eBay. Man, I've been selling on eBay since 1998. It's frustrating when people want to send stuff back. It's like, man, you do your best to list it, and they get it, and like, I don't want it. It's a fact of life you have to deal with, but you kind of hate it sometimes. I've sent things back too. Hey, folks! Hey, look at this. We got us a buffalo nickel. Now, if I had seen the obverse, I would say we got us an Indian head nickel, right? I think that's right. Let's see if we get a date. I hope we do. Nope, not this time. Fun finding these guys. They're so neat. That is a neat looking nickel. I'd love to find one of those hobo nickels where they've doctored it all up. Those are really cool. All right, well, that's fun. That's fun. Just before I started this roll, I opened up a peanut, two peanuts in the shell, and I throw them in my mouth, and they both miss. One hits my lip, and one hits my tooth. Oh, boy. So when I've been doing these videos now for, golly, 10 years. And my wife has always said, I'll support you and all that, but please don't be asking me to be in them. I'm like, okay, I won't do that. But my niece took a picture of us at a lunch or something a week or two ago, a few weeks ago, and she just gave it to us. And I asked my wife, and she gave me permission. This is me and my wife together, just a few weeks back. I'm 64, she's 63. I thought it was a pretty good photo of us. Me and my wife. This September will be 40-year anniversary. I think I'll keep her. I just came across this 64, and it's just, I don't know, it's not perfect. But that's an awfully nice condition. Look at that. That's a fine profile, Mr. Jefferson. Looks pretty good, don't it? I doubt if it's got the stairs. No. I may just hang on to this, and then one of these, I've got a few other 64s that are pretty nice, and one of these days I'll check them for their errors, because there's a bunch of varieties with the 64. I'll just put this with the other ones. Will we get any more of the 24s? It's a little bit close there. Pretty close to my wife's bedtime. She goes to bed between 9:30 and 10, and it's 9:25. Is that an old one? Nope. Oh, that is. There was a 1940, and so I believe it's the D and S that are the best in this one. And again, it's not. Not one of them. The silvers have been hard to come by for me lately. I have 2 boxes of halves today. Both of them 2024s. So frustrating. I want to make a $50 video. That's what I started out making, was $50 videos. And it just don't seem like, do you guys want to see me open 2 boxes of 2024 $50? I doubt it. Right here at the end of the next row. And we come to a 1941. Again, we want the D or the S. The P has over 200 million. And we get the P. We're getting the higher mintage ones mostly tonight. I just saw something in the middle of this roll when I pulled it out, but I'll just let you see it when we get to it. It's nothing to jump up and down about. It's just kind of fun. Well, we had, what, 5 or 6 2024 Ps. Hopefully we'll get another one. There's a 53 Denver. See that? Made a nickel in this deal. All right. I like finding dimes. Unless it's a quarter roll, then I don't want one. Turpentine, dandelion wine, turning the corner and doing fine. Shooting at the birds on the telephone line, picking them off with this gun of mine. 17 rolls to go, and here is 2024 P, number 7. Nice. Nice. We were driving home through the country, and I just had a picture of Jed Clampett out hunting in the woods. Y'all remember that? Like one of the, well, I guess it might have even been, you know, as the show's coming on, when he shoots the ground and the oil comes bubbling up. He is so perfect. He just looks fantastic with that old Tennessee clothes on out in them woods. I don't think they could have found a better person for that role. I believe this is the next row. Here is a 1947. What is that? Is that an S? It sure is. Boom, boom, boom. Bouncing around. Let's see what we got there. 24 million. That's pretty low mintage. Cool. 47S. Sam Francisco. All right. Have y'all ever heard of the toffee-coated peanuts? Man, they're good. I used to get them, you know, everywhere you went, Walmart or Kroger or Dollar General store. They just all had them, but I didn't find them for the longest time. I would check the shelves, and they just weren't there. There was no place for them. So my wife finally looked them up on the internet and saw that Menards carries them. So we went and got us a plastic jar of them today. Oh, I hadn't had them in a long time. I like peanuts. Now, folks, just 14 rolls to go after this. And here's a 1948. And if it's the S, there's only 11 million made of that. And there's less than 100 million of the D and P as well. It's the D. It's the medium one. But it's still under 100 million. So that's a decent one. A couple of decent ones. I also picked up a 52 a minute ago. 1952. No head in a bag. Here is 2024 P number 8. Yeah. Number 8. How about that? 13 rolls to go. Chocolate covered peanuts. Oh my goodness. Man, almost anything with peanuts. I like them. Don't anybody write to me and say, how about with sour cream? No. No, sir. Now we're on the final 10 countdown, just 7 rolls to go. Here's a 1946, again, looking for the DRS. The S is only like 13 million. Again, we get the P. That's okay. You know, I was thinking when I was a kid, most of the older people that I knew listening to country music or, I don't, things like that, or whatever you have on TV. Glenn Campbell's show. It was Perry Como. Yeah, Perry Como. But now the older folks, like me, I'm almost 65, and I was a Southern rock fan. I liked Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker and Leonard Skinner. Those were some of my favorites. But I also really, really liked the Moody Blues. I mean, I liked a variety of things, but there's lots of music I didn't like, too. And I could do some old country, Hank Williams. Oh, what's that? It is. That's a silver, folks. Fantastic. 1944 Philadelphia. Oh, man. Just made my day. Love finding these guys. That's neat. Put that right on top of my little Indian head nickel. It was an Indian head nickel because the Indian head was up. If the reverse was up, it would have been a buffalo nickel. Elijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with the Indian maid over in the antique store. Another Canadian. 1998. Man, that's 4 of them in this box. Usually I just get 1. Look at this guy. What do you think of that? That piece right there is standing up real tall like. I don't know what to make of that. Is this just like been in a fire or something like that? That's pretty interesting. Little knot right there. Knothead. Also found a 54. My dad was a big fan of El Paso. I guess I was too. You know what I think I liked better though was Big Iron on His Hip. I absolutely love that song. He made his fatal slip when he tried to take the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. I like that song. And now with 4 rows to go, right at the end of this row here. What's that? What is that? Is that another silver? Did Two Sheds Gabby get 2 silvers in 1 box? 1945 Philadelphia. He did. But he had 2 cars. Oh, man. That's amazing. Phew, that makes this a really, really good box. In my little humble companion. Phew, that was neat. I was just eating a peanut and there was another one. Wowzers. 4 rows to go. Next row, another Canadian. Okay, I guess I'm looking for the boxes with all the Canadian coins in it because they've got silver. I believe that's number 5 on the Canadian. Oh boy, I'll go to bed a happy man. How do you handle a hungry man? Remember that one? The Manhandler. Haven't heard that one in a million years. Now with just 1 row after this, and I find a 1947, and just a few coins back, I found a 1957. 47 Philadelphia. Quite a few of the 40s tonight have finally added up. Seemed like a slow start, but they came on pretty good. One row to go, and then we will pull out the silver for the year, my annual silver go. See where we're at. Okay. These two silver nickels now put me at 34 for the year. How about that? My goal is 150. I am going to end it right here. I got to clean up my peanut dust that didn't make it into the bowl. And I'm going to get ready for bed, folks. Thanks for watching. I certainly enjoy hearing from you guys. Some of you guys have been so encouraging. I don't know what to say, but thank you, and good night.